Okay, so if you're feeling behind in any sort of way in life right now, I'm here to tell you that you're not behind, man. So if you click this video, stay to the end because the message is deeper than you expect it to be, man. What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Cam, back with another motivational video, man. If you're a new viewer, subscribe to my channel. Now, if you feel like you're behind, you know what I mean? Sometimes progress doesn't look like moving forward. So if you know that you're making progress behind the scenes or whatever the case may be, then you have to stick to that and you have to trust that. Because if you don't trust that, you're going to forever feel like that. You're going to forever question yourself if what you're doing is enough or what you're doing is getting you to where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? It looks like things are breaking and it looks like, starting over. But the whole time, it's just construction. It's just that construction being put in process, right? So you're doing the work. So the fact is that you're doing the work. Now, if you ain't doing the work, then don't expect, you feel me, to ever, come across like a moment like this. You have to actually be actively grinding. You got to actively be working, actively be, working on the next thing as well, right? So the results aren't obvious yet. You feel me? So, but the results are not going to be obvious yet. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? When you're working hard and you're putting in these efforts, a lot of times you're not going to see these results that you are expecting, right? So that can definitely mess with your confidence. So that's okay. That's cool. Name things that mess with your confidence on a day-to-day basis, right? You feel me? So you might compare yourself. You don't want to compare yourself. Never compare yourself to somebody because that only is gonna be a downfall. You don't want that to be like a falling point, right? So question your timeline. Question like certain things like, how can I build in a way for this to change, down the line, right? Wonder if you made the wrong choices. So have you made the wrong choices? You have to be asking yourself these type of questions. Now I'm giving y'all the questions to ask yourself in order to do it. So rebuilding, it takes time, you guys. I want y'all to understand, and the time does not mean failure. So when you're in that rebuilding, you have to be patient with that rebuilding. You have to be rebuilding with purpose, but also to enjoy the process of everything being rebuilt and enjoy how you are setting your timeline up to be. You know, this phase strips away what doesn't matter. So I want y'all to understand it strengthens foundation. So foundation is so important here. You know what I mean? It forces clarity. Everybody wants clarity. Now, in order to get it, you have to be doing these things that I'm telling y'all. If life feels slower than you expect it, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean stop. So please don't stop. Don't end up falling back, burning out. All those things are gonna feel 30 times worse than continuing to keep your momentum going, and all of these things will feel, right? It just means simply stay consistent, man. Y'all have to understand that staying consistent is going to help y'all so much overall than, motivation will or anything else will. That consistency always is going to have your back on the days that you don't feel like doing it. And on other days when, you feel like you feel short. But honestly, it's all about those efforts that you're putting in. You know what I mean? You shouldn't even feel like, you're doing too much, especially if something is your passion. Y'all get what I'm saying? So trust the process that you're in. It's so important that we trust the process that we're in, even if you don't see the full picture. Now, you need to know the full picture. It's very great to know the full picture that you're in. That way you get a glimpse of how you want, your end goal to be. You know what I'm saying? So what you're building now will last. It will last. What you're building right now will last. I'm here to tell y'all that. Even if you don't see the full picture yet. So you have to see the full picture. You know what I'm saying? You have to see your end goal. You feel me? A lot of things I be re-saying because I just want to re-speak it into the air, re-speak it to you guys so it can click. A lot of times people need to hear things more than one time so it can actually click on them. You know, some people just need to hear it from someone else. Like they might be getting the right information that they need from somebody, but don't want to listen because probably of who they are. But sometimes people need to hear specific things another time for it to actually click. Y'all ever went through something like that? So you're not late. You're just laying bricks, man. When you hear somebody say, I built this brick by brick, or like how they made the meme for that, you know what I'm saying? Brick by brick, that means that you're building foundation. That means you're starting from square one. That means you're doing it from the ground up. You know what I mean? That means you are building solidation. You know, feel me? What you have going on is solid. You know what I mean? So that's what that means. Rebuilding seasons create the strongest versions of people, man. So that is so important for y'all to understand in this video because I'm here to tell y'all, man, y'all are just rebuilding. Don't think that, you know, you're falling behind or you're lazy or you are, you know, you're not doing what you need to do, man. What you're doing is right. You know what I mean? You're rebuilding for yourself. It's always great to rebuilding. Rebuilding is another way you can grow. In my other videos, I'll be telling y'all growing is so important. Growing is so important in our lives, especially in today's life. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, let me go back and just kind of touch on a couple things and tell y'all, like, honestly, feeling behind is a normal thing. You don't have to always feel, you sometimes have to feel like, you know, you're falling behind. Why? So you can analyze. That's what gets y'all to reviewing yourself or reviewing what you got going on. You know what I mean? It definitely helps you kind of reflect, you know, because a lot of times, well, me, I know I'm a person who I just do the things that I need to do, you know, to take one step further and, you know, to make that small win for the next step in my future, right? But a lot of times I don't pay it attention. I kind of do it and just leave it be. You know what I mean? I more care about, you know, how you guys, you know, stay in tune with me. And that's why I respond to every comment. So, but it shows me that at the end of the day that I'm growing, you know, and I'm meeting new people, meeting new subscribers, you know, building more subscribers in my family for me to, you know, gives me that extra push. Now, motivation, I was going to say motivation, but y'all know motivation does not last forever. So now these videos, you're going to have to take and you're going to have to actually analyze them. You know, you're going to have to actually listen to what I'm kind of producing to y'all, because it is necessary steps that you need to take to be able to flourish and become the person that you want to become, you know, in your last days, in your last times. Like, nobody wants to just be a couch potato for the rest of their life, right? You hear people and they say they want to be doctors. You hear people and they say they want to be, you know, mechanics. And you hear people and they say they want to be artists. When I say artists, I'm talking about drawing, you know, and painting, stuff like that. Maybe artists with music as well. You hear people say all these things that they want to do, but it just takes necessary steps. It takes necessary grind. It takes necessary patience for all these things. Now, when you are on your grind, you going through these silent phases and you're taking these silent hours to do what you need to do, man, that's when things start to unfold. You know, you have to trust it, but that's when things will start to unfold. And that's when you will become to elevate. That's what will be, you will start to become to elevate. You know what I mean? So be very precise on your time. Don't really fall back. Try not to fall back on, you know, your craft or your passion, you know, or your foundation. Build that foundation and rebuild, you know, so you can grow. If you're growing, you're in that flow state. You know what I'm saying? If you're growing, you're doing what you need to be doing. You know, a lot of things are going to be needed to move out of your life. A lot of things are going to move out your life. Bad things are going to leave. You got to get rid of the bad things. It's up to you, though. You know what I'm saying? Your life is your life. It's not mine, twin. So, but things are going to leave, and then things are going to come. The things that are come, you know, they're going to come. They're going to be beneficial to you. The things that are supposed to stay, they will stay. You know what I mean? So that was this video for today, man. I hope that y'all took the message in and got the message, man. Rebuilding. You know, that's what this video is about. It's your boy Cam. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video, man. We out.